Hey guys, Steven here and welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to carve a human skull out of a piece of deer antler. And I turned mine into this bottle stopper, but this could easily be a standalone piece or it might make a cool hiking stick topper. Now I'm using elk antler, and I picked the elk antler up from an antique store probably for about $20. And I'm going to tell you more about the bottle stopper, the metal part, later on in the video. Now, if you've never carved a human skull before, I highly recommend that you go down to Michael's and buy one of these little plastic skulls. They're real popular right now because of Halloween about to be here, and they're only about $1 a piece. This will make a good model, a good reference point for carving the skull. Now, the only other thing you're going to need is your safety glasses and a dust mask. And in the video, you'll see that I like to have a fan blowing across the work area to eliminate a lot of that really fine dust. I'll be telling you more about the tools that I'm using and the bits that I'm using in the video. So join with me and let's get started. Okay, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about the tools that I'm using to make the carving. I like to use my strong 202 micromotor carver. To me, it's a little bit better, I think, than some of the Dremel tools. It's a little bit easier to hold in your hand, not quite as fatiguing, and it has pretty good torque. I was really surprised how well it did on the Antler. And you know, you'll see me using, in a couple of cases, maybe a couple of cut saw bits, but for the most part I really enjoyed using the carbide carving bits. And you know, I'll try to leave some links to those in the description field. You'll also notice that I'm wearing a leather glove on my left hand, and that to me is just another safety precaution, because I found, like, when I'm carving hardwood or antler like this, if the bit catches, sometimes it'll run around the piece and it could go into your hand and you can get a pretty good little cut. Not a real serious cut, but you know, enough to make you bleed. So the leather glove works great for these small pieces where you're having to do a little bit more detailed carving. Okay, one thing you need to know when you're working with Antler is, you know, you can use a lot of the same type of bits and tools that you would normally use for carving wood or working on wood. Antler is a little bit peculiar in the fact that some antler is more porous in the middle and it tends to be harder as like the outer shell of the antler. This particular piece did have a little bit of soft porous area in the middle, but for the most part it didn't affect the carving that much at all. If you do find it affecting your carving, sometimes you can add a little bit of thin super glue in there to sort of reinforce the antler. Well, hey guys, just want to take a minute. If you are enjoying this video, I would encourage you to check out some of my other Antler craft videos. I'll leave links in the description field below. And you can also check out my Antler craft playlist. I encourage you to go ahead and please subscribe to the channel and take a minute and strike the like button for me. Thank you. In this scene, you're seeing me starting to work on the teeth, and I'm using a diamond bit. A diamond bit is just a little bit finer bit than those carbide bits that I've been using, so they're not quite as aggressive. But this one, I don't know what you call it, but it has like a little miniature disc on the end, so it's really easy for kind of engraving or cutting in the fine lines for these teeth. And one thing you'll see or notice as I'm working with Antler is you go from coarser grits to very fine grits. I mean, I use my micro mesh cloths to go all the way up to about 8,000 grit, and the more finer grit that I use, Antler does a very good job of polishing. If you want a glossy look, Antler, you can achieve a pretty glossy look when you go up to that finer sandpaper. Okay, in the next few scenes, you're going to be seeing me drill a hole in the bottom of the skull carving. I'm using a 5/16 drill bit, and I'm drilling down about maybe, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch or an inch. And I'm doing all this to create a way to attach the bottle stopper to the carving. The way I'm going to do that is this has threads on the end, and I'm going to use this tap here to create. You'll see me screwing this in. It'll go in about 3/4 of an inch, and it'll create some threads in the antler itself. Now, this antler was a little bit porous, so what I did after I drilled the hole is I put a little bit of thin CA glue in there to help strengthen the antler before I put the tap in to create the threads. Now, I will also have a link in the description field on where to get some of these bottle stoppers, or some similar to this. I might not be able to find the exact kind that I have here, but I do highly recommend the stainless steel kind because those will last longer.